Hello everyone, this is Alfred from Practical Code Academy. Welcome to a new video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can have a file uploader by using drag and drop in React. So for example, here we're going to be building this simple image viewer application where you can actually drag and drop any image to the uploader or any file. Doesn't have to be an image, and you can use it in many applications. Now when you upload it, it will read the file, and then you can view the image right here. And of course, you can clear it and upload any other files. Well, as I said, you will use a file upload in multiple scenarios. For example, you're creating like a registration page and you want the user to upload his profile image. That's going to become very, very helpful to use React, the library that we're going to use today, which is called actually React drag drop files. Okay, so let's build this application together and get install the library and see what is the props it will take. Okay, I created this React application here, which is an empty application. And as you can see, it just created using npx create React app. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. I don't need the styling. I'm going to use Material UI for React. So I can remove all of that, delete it. And also in the app, I'm going to remove everything. I'm just going to create a functional component. So I can use RAFCE, which is an extension that I'm using to generate the snippets for functional components. And now we have a skeleton for a functional component here for the app. For the index, since we removed these files, we want to remove that. Now we're going to install the packages. And the first package that I'm going to need is MUI or Material UI. So I'm going to go to MUI.com, copy this link, paste it here, and that's what install the MUI and the emotional libraries. While this is installing, let's take a look at the library page that we're going to go over today, which is React drag drop files. Probably want to go to the GitHub repository here. And you will have some code snippets where you can actually set the file types where we want the file types to be JPG, PNG, GIF, and you will see you will get a component that will take a couple of props, handle change when you upload the image, the name, and the types. And you have other props that you can set right here. It's very easy to create drag and drop files actually. So what I will do, and you can actually open like a demo in the code sandbox right here. And this is the file uploader, and it's actually clickable. I can click on it and it will open the file explorer here. Okay, this is how it looks like. So let's actually install the package npm install React drag drop files. Okay, package is installed. Now in my app.js, I will need two states. So I'm gonna create the states. The first state to hold the file information every time I upload a file is gonna be an object. I'm gonna show it to you. So it's set file, which is equal use state, and I'm gonna leave it empty initially. And also I'm gonna convert this file to an image to be able to read it. Or actually I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna read it as a URL data. So I have an image state to hold the image information. And I'll have set image equal use state. Good. Now inside the app here, I will have a box, which is like a div. I will import it from the MUI material. And I'm going to give it some styles. So style or SX. I'll set the height to be 100 view height. I will set the background color to be E7 EBF0, which is light gray. And now I can open it. Let me run it, npm start. And let me put them right next to each other like this. And inside this box, I will have a container. So I'm going to need a container from the MUI library. As you can see now, the background is a little bit more gray. Good. Now inside this container, where we probably want to make it flex, so I can add some styles here where I want to display it as flex. And I want the flex direction to be column. And I want to justify the content to be center. And let me do view word wrap. And align items to be center as well. Well, I didn't add anything inside this container yet, but the first thing we're going to add the title, which I'm going to use typography. Going to be imported from the MUI and the typography, and I'm going to say here image viewer. If I save that, I can see image viewer here, and it's centered because I already doing the justify content as to center. I'm going to pass some props here, the variant, which I'm going to make it H4, and now it's going to get like a bigger font, and I'm going to give it a gutter bottom to add some padding in the bottom. And I'm going to add padding to the top of the size 2, which is going to push it a little bit down. I can also set the color to be primary, which is like light blue color. Perfect. Let's format that and remove the space. So this is the title here. After the title, I want to create a card. So I'm going to use card component from the material UI, and inside the card component, I'm going to have card content. But for the card, I want to set some style here, which is the max width. So SX max width to be 600 pixels. And if I save that, here you have the card, but there is no content inside it. So I need to start add the content here. I will start by adding my file uploader, but I need to import it first. So I will import file uploader component from the React drag and drop files. And right here, I want to center it. So in order to center it, I can just wrap it with a stack. And inside this stack, I'm going to make the direction to be row. And also justify content to be center. And now I can use the file uploader, which is self-closing tag. Here we go. We have the file uploader. And now I need to set up some props. So I will set multiple to be false. You can set it to true to accept multiple files. And I will give it a name, which is file. Next, I want to set the types of images that it will accept and the type taken array. And I can put JPEG, can put PNG, and these are all extensions for images. And of course, you can put PDFs, Excel sheet, any file extension if you want. This is a file uploader that take multiple files. And actually, I want to set the multiple to false. Not true. We're only accepting one file. And now we want to handle that change when the user upload actually an image here. And the way that you can handle it, you're going to receive the file that the user upload here. You put a function, and the function input will receive the file. And once we receive the file, we want to set the file because we have a state for it. So we want to add it set file, and we're going to store this file in our state. And file technically is an object describing that file. And let's actually console log it. The file. And now let's inspect. And let's put it down here. Go to console. Now I'm going to minimize this and we'll upload the file. Notice here we got an object where the file last modified to have the name of the file, the size of the file, the type of the file, and all the information about this file. We already have it here. Okay, but it's not clear that I see the file here or not. So what I want to do, I want to add a text underneath this file uploader. So after the file uploader here, I want to add a typography. And this typography, I want to align it to the center. And I want to check if there is a file or not been uploaded. So if there is a file, I want to print the file name. And I can access this file name by the file. And you have a property down here called name. See this property? Name photo.jpg. Just to visually tell the user what is the file that he's uploaded. Probably he get a mistake or anything. Name. If there is no file, I need to tell the user no files uploaded yet. So now if I save that, I have the name of the file right here. Okay, perfect. Now I want to add two buttons, one to start viewing this image and the other one to clear the file, because as you can see now, it's right here. It's been uploaded. I want to clear it from the memory. So I need two buttons. And to create the two buttons, I will go right here, create a stack. And inside the stack, I will add a button component. And the first button will say view. And the second button will say cancel. There you go. By default, the stack is going to put them on top of each other. I can change that by direction to be row. And now they're going to be right next to each other. Also, I can control the spacing to be 2. Actually, I don't need the spacing because I'm going to use just 5 content and put the space between them. Okay, good. Now, what I want that the variant to be contained button. Now we have a contained button, and I can also do the same for the other button. However, the color for this button, it will be error color, which is going to be red. Good. I can add margin top here, and let's set it to 2, and it will push them a little bit down. Perfect. So now I was able to read the file, store the file inside a state. And now, once I click on the cancel button here, I need to clear both the image state, because eventually I will have an image. But actually, let's work on the how we can view the image. So I need an on-click event listener. And I'm going to do handle view or view handler. Can't call the function anything. I need to create this function anyway. So view handler, gonna complain that you don't have this view handler. So I will come over here, constant view handler is equal to function. Okay. And now if I do console log, view clicked. Now I can clear down here. And now every time I click, notice that view clicked is printing down here. And it's coming from the app line 10, which is exactly this line. So every time you click this button, you want to do some functionality. And the functionality that I'm gonna do right here is that I want to create or use the file reader, which is a built-in in JavaScript. So I can do constant reader, and I'm going to create a new instant from the file reader. That's regular JavaScript. Now I have the file reader, and I can start reading files and set them as a data URL. So the reader now is an object that have multiple properties and methods. One of them is read as data URL here. And the file that I want to read is the file, my file state. Good. Well, this is going to happen asynchronously. It's not going to happen instantly. So now it have a method called onload that you can set. So it's a method, so you can add a function here. And technically, this is the callback. Once the data is ready and it's in the formatted in the data URL, what do you want to do then? What do you want to do with this data? That's what you want to have in this function. So technically, when this data is ready, it will be inside the reader.result. So I can set the image to reader.result. And to take a look at this data, how it looked like, let's render it. Good. Here's the data, which is base 64. It's all the bytes inside the file. And here it's listed. This is the image file, actually. And I can read it this way inside an image tag. Good. So we converted the file to base 64, and as clearly tell you here, base 64 image, and it's an image. And now since I set the image, all I need to do right now is just view it. I have the image, I have it in this state. Now I need to go down here. After my cart, I want to check if there is an image state that I'm going to use. And then I want to show an image tag or an image element where the source is going to be equal my image. Okay. Of course, if you here we see the image right now, but it's so big, so I can set the width. Actually, let's do inline styling. So I'm going to do style, pass an object where the width, I want to make it responsive. So it's going to be 90%. of the widths. And I'm going to add some margin top because now the image is right exactly after the card. Just going to do a margin top. And I'm going to add 20 pixels. Should be enough. Here we go. Now I want, once I click in the clear button, clear the image and clear my file, which should be simple. I have here the cancel on clear. Actually, I should call it clear, not cancel. On click, not clear. Clear handler. And now I need to create this functionality. Constant clear handler, which is simply gonna set the file to nothing. Can actually literally put it null here and set the image to null. And now once I clear that, I see no file has been uploaded yet. I want to be able to disable this buttons because right now when I reload, the user actually can click view and it's going to break your code. So I want to disable this buttons, and it's very simple. Here in the button here, I can go disabled. If there is no file, I have the file state. And notice now it's disabled. I want to do the same thing for the clear. Now, only when I upload a file, now I have file data and they will be clickable. And now I can click and view, and you see the image down here. You can clear the data as well. And that's it for today's video. If you like the video, please hit like. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe because in the next video, I will show you how you can actually upload Excel sheet and how you can parse the data from an Excel sheet and view them in a table and process them. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.